Hello everyone. In this lecture I am going to discuss some more concept from the shear strength of soil. So in the previous lecture I have discussed introduction about the shear strength of soil. I have discussed a stress at a point within a soil mass when the vertical and horizontal plane was principal plane. It means on the shear stress on the vertical and horizontal plane was 0. So when shear stress is 0 about any plane, that plane will call principal plane. And I have also discussed about the Mohr circle. What are the construction of Mohr circle? So how we can construct a Mohr circle, and how we can calculate the normal stress and shear stress at any point. So that thing we have discussed in the previous lecture. So in this lecture I am going to discuss again a stress at a point, but with the vertical and horizontal planes, not principal plane. It means on the vertical and horizontal plane, shear stress will be there, means the shear stress will not be 0. So if shear stress is not 0, we cannot call as a principal plane. I get my point. So in this case, vertical plane and horizontal plane will be not a principal plane, right? So let's see. So let's take a soil block, and the stress is applied. That is, you can call sigma y and sigma x. So for example, this time you can just assume that sigma y is a major principal stress and sigma x is a minor principal stress. But in this case, shear stress is also there. Means tau xy is applied on the surface of this block. So in this case, shear stress is also there. So this vertical and horizontal plane we cannot call as a principal plane because shear stress is not a 0. Are you getting my point? Okay. So this is the data. All the data is given. So how you can calculate and how we will calculate the normal stress and shear stress at any plane or at any point in this soil block? How you will calculate? So take an example, like we have taken a plane AC and that is inclined at an angle theta with the horizontal plane AB, and that plane AC, a normal stress sigma is applied and a shear stress tau is applied on this plane, right? So just take out this wedge ABC, and what are the stress applied on this wedge? Just mention in this figure, so you can see. So shear tau xy applied and from the both AB and BC side, and this normal stress is also applied. The major principal stress and minor principal stress, that is sigma y and sigma x. So that is mentioned. And on the plane AC, that is normal stress shear stress also is mentioned. So what we can do? Now you also know that, like in the previous class we have discussed about this. So what we will do, we will just resolve all these forces in the two direction, like in x direction, like horizontal direction, or in a vertical direction. So in this right now, what is the known? So because sigma y and sigma x are known, tau x value is also known. So we have to calculate the sigma and tau, means normal stress and shear stress on the plane AC. So let's go for calculation. So resolving the forces in the x direction. So resolve all the forces in x direction. So what we get? We get this result. Again, see, sigma is in form of stress, right? Or we are talking about the forces. So how we can calculate the force? So we have to multiply the stress into area. And area have to pick. You have to pick the area very carefully. Like normal stress, you're talking about the normal stress that is acting normally on the plane of AC. So you will take as a sigma AC into 1. Means the 1 is the width perpendicular to this plane. Perpendicular to this plane is 1. So you can write sigma into AC into 1. So we have directly written as a sigma into AC. Sin theta sigma x BC plus tau xy AB plus tau AC cos theta. You can try also. Take your pen and paper and try to do that. You will get this result. So divide this AC from both the side, and what you will get sigma sine theta is equal to this value, and just assume this is the equation first. This is the first equation. What we can do? So now what we can do, we can resolve all the forces in the y direction, right? So just try yourself also. So resolving the force in the y direction, what we will get? We will get this result. We will get this result. Sigma AC into 1. So we have written sigma AC into cos theta is equal to sigma y AB plus tau xy PC minus tau AC sin theta. Right? Divide AC from in both the side. So what you will get? You will get sigma cos theta, sigma y cos theta plus tau xy sin theta minus tau sin theta. And just assume this is the equation second. So this is the second equation. I get your point. You try to do that, you will get this result. You will get both these equation 1 and 2. So now what we can do? So we will try to solve normal stress and shear stress in form of sigma x and sigma y in form of theta and tau xy, right? So what we will do? Multiplying equation 1 by sin theta and my equation 2 by cos theta and adding. So what you will get? You will get sigma is equal to sigma x sin square theta plus sigma y cos square theta plus 2xy sin theta and cos theta. And you can write 2 sin theta into cos theta is equal to sin 2 theta. There is a trigonometric relation. So you can write, you can break sin square theta in the form of cos square theta. So you can write this. And cos square theta you can write in the form of cos 2 theta. This formula is mentioned in the right corner. Okay, and that is cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2. So using this relation, so we will get this equation, normal stress ratio is equal to sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus sigma y minus sigma x by 2 sin cos 2 theta plus tau xy sin 2 theta. Okay, you will get this result, don't worry. You just try to do by yourself, you can get this result. Okay. So what is the sigma? Sigma is the normal stress on the plane of AC. Now we will calculate shear stress on the plane of AC. So putting this normal stress in the any equation like 1 and 2, and you will get tau stress. Shear stress is equal to sigma y minus sigma x divided by 2 sin 2 theta minus tau xy cos 2 theta. And just assume this is the equation third. Are you clear about this? Okay, are you getting point? How are you getting this point? How we are calculating normal stress? So just we have done what we have done. We just resolve all the force in the x and y direction. You will get this result. Don't worry. Don't do mistakes. Okay. Okay. So already know what is shear? Tau. So, tau is the shear stress on the plane AC. So therefore, what we can calculate? So we can write. You just see above the equation we have derived. So we can write sigma minus sigma x plus sigma y divided by 2. What we are going to do, we will try like it's using this relation and doing some operation in this relation, we can get some conclusion or not. Like Mohr circle, we can draw a Mohr circle, and this equation can give some type of Mohr circle or not. So let's try that. Okay. So you can write this. So now equation 3 and 4, squaring equation 3 and equation 4 and adding we get. So what we will do, take the square of left side and add with the left side of second equation, like equation 3rd or 4th. So by doing this operation, you will get this result, and you will get tau sigma y minus sigma x by 2 whole square is equal to tau square xy. So you will get this result, right? So now we have this result. So this result we can relate the above equation by the circle. So this is in the form of circle. So we can relate. So how we can relate? We can write sigma minus k whole square plus tau square is equal to r square, where variable is sigma and tau, where r is the radius of a circle, and where the center is the k dash k comma 0. Means the x coordinate is k and y coordinate is 0. So if you know the center of a circle and radius you all know, so you can draw a Mohr circle. So you can draw a Mohr circle. And that location of normal stress, shear stress we called as a Mohr circle. So this equation also giving some idea about the Mohr circle, and we can draw a Mohr circle. So what is the difference between the whatever we discussed in the previous lecture and we are discussing in this lecture? So in this previous lecture, that shear stress was not given on the vertical and horizontal plane. So that's why we can call them as a principal plane. But this time we cannot call as a principal plane. And that time radius was a sigma y minus sigma x by 2 whole square. But in the sigma y minus sigma x by 2. But in this case, radius is changed. Okay. Where center is sigma x plus sigma y by 2, 0. And radius is tau max. Radius is also what we can call maximum shear stress. And notation we have written tau max. So that is root under of sigma y minus sigma x by 2 whole square plus tau square xy. So construction of a Mohr circle, and this is very important. I would say this is very important to solve a quick, to give a answer, very quickly answer you can give. So by drawing a Mohr circle, you can answer a question in a very short time. Okay, so you have to just take care of a few steps. How you will draw a Mohr circle. So construction of Mohr circle is very important to solve a question by the Mohr circle method. So what we can do? So first you know that. Then normal stress we plot on a x-axis and shear stress we plot on a y-axis. Right? Normal stress we plot on a x-axis and shear stress we plot on a y-axis. So just make this diagram. Okay. Then locate that point. So what point we will locate? Locate the point sigma y, that is major stress that is given, and sigma x, that is a minor. This is not a sigma x, that is stress, not a principal stress. Okay, if in the lecture I mentioned principal, that is wrong. Okay, so these are two stress. So major stress you mention in this graph by point R, and minor stress we have mentioned by point Q. Right. So take the middle of this point, or we can draw. So how we can take the middle also, or we can draw. So draw a vertical line from the Q and R equal to the tau xy. And it will go to the S and T, right? So see that in this. So we have taken, like you can see in this figure, like where the block in the previous slide we have mentioned some block. So in the block, so we have taken the anti-clockwise positive and clockwise negative. Means here is anti-clockwise, so we have taken the positive, and clockwise we have taken the negative. So you can take, if you will if you will not consider this negative and positive for that shear stress, then Mohr circle will be same. Mohr circle will not different. Okay, you can take any side. Like you can take a vertical line to upward or downward. It will be same, right? So take the a vertical line, and it will cut point. Take the vertical line SQ and RT is equal to tau xy. Okay, so what you can do is just draw a line H to T. So it will cut the point on this sigma axis, and it will cut the point on the middle of the QR. Okay, to just draw this point, it's cut the sigma axis on the point B, and point B is the middle of the point Q and R. Okay, this is the middle of a QR distance. So we can call as a QB is equal to BR. Okay, so now we have B, we will write coordinate of B, so we can write sigma x plus sigma y by 2, and this B point is the center of the circle, center of the Mohr circle we can call, right? And we have the radius. What is the radius? Radius we have BT, or we can call BS. So these two things are radius. So radius we have, center we have, we can draw a Mohr circle. Okay. Next, what we can do? So this Mohr circle will cut the sigma axis on a different different points like V and U. So V point will give the minor principal stress. Now I'm talking about the minor principal stress. Means at a point V, shear stress is 0, and at a point U, shear stress is also 0. So at point V is a minor principal stress and point U is a major principal stress. So in this case, Q and R is not some principal stress, it is just a stress, but point V and U are the point V and U are the principal plane, minor or major, okay? So don't be confused here, okay? So sigma 3 we can write, and sigma 1, point V, sigma 3, that is minor principal stress, and point U, the sigma 1, that is a major principal stress. Now we can take the angle of 2 theta from the plane of BT in the circle, okay, and it will cut the Mohr circle at a point C. So point C will give the normal stress and shear stress on the plane of AC. On the plane of AC. In the previous, when I have discussed the Mohr circle, we have taken the 2 theta angle from the horizontal line. But in this case, I am taking the angle from this inclined line, that is from the ST line, or we can say BT line. So that thing is very important. If you will not consider this thing, your answer will be wrong. So you have to take the 2 theta from the BT line, not from this BU. Are you getting a point? So it should be from the 2 theta. So this point C will give the normal and shear stress on the plane of AC. So now we can calculate the principal plane. So when the plane we got the shear stress is 0, we can call as a principal plane. So put the formula and put we can write the formula tau barabar in the form of theta and tau xy in the form of sigma x and sigma y, and we will put the tau is equal to 0, means shear stress is equal to 0. So after putting these values, tau is equal to 0, we can get this result. And theta we mentioned theta p means the angle of principal plane. Theta p means angle of principal plane. So 2 theta we can write sigma xy divided by sigma y minus sigma x by 2. So from this equation we can calculate the angle of principal plane, and this principal plane is the angle of angle TBR, or we can call it angle TBU. So this 2 theta p is also mentioned in this figure. So by using this relation, you can calculate where the theta p is the angle of which principal plane makes an angle with the plane AB, right? With AB. Are you getting my point? So construction of Mohr circle is very easy. Just locate the 2 points like I, R and Q. R will be the sigma y, Q will be the sigma x. After drawing this point, you can take the middle of this point also, or you can take you can draw the vertical line from the Q and R, and vertical line would be equal to tau xy, and it will cut the Mohr circle. It will cut a point at S and T, and just draw the line of ST, and it will cut the sigma x on the B point. So B point will be center of a Mohr circle, and point S and T will be some points on the Mohr circle. So when you will draw the Mohr circle will cut this point. So now you can tell me what is the point S represent in the block, and what is the point T represent in the block. So I can say this point S represents the BC, represent the plane BC in this block. Okay, a point T represent the plane AB. You can just concentrate here. Why I am saying that? So on the plane BC, what is that? There is on the plane BC, there is a sigma x and there is a tau xy. So at the point S, what is the normal stress? The normal stress is equal to sigma x. So on this plane also normal stress is sigma x. What is the shear stress? Says it tau xy. So at point S, what is the shear stress? Tau xy. So we have taken the anti-equivalent like positive, so this will be positive. And what is the point T? So T will denote the plane, horizontal plane on this soil block, right? So at the point horizontal plane, what is the stress. So stress is the normal stress is sigma y and shear stress is tau xy. Means we have considered the integral of positive means minus tau xy. So at point T, what's the coordinate? So coordinate is sigma y, and what is the tau? Means y vertical, like that shear stress is minus tau xy. So on that horizontal plane also there is a minus tau xy. So we can say that this point is represent the stresses on the vertical line, okay, and this point T represent the stresses on the horizontal line. At point C represent the stresses on the plane AC. So these three things, and this point V represent the minus principal stress, point U represent major principal stress. Are you getting my point? Okay. So now tan 2 theta p means the, so we can we have that formula, so we can write also in terms of sin 2 theta p on cos 2 theta p. So we'll get this result. You can try also, you will get this result, don't worry. So this cos 2 theta and sin 2 theta, we can put this in the form in the equation of normal stress, or what you can get. So you can get this result. So we can get this result. So principal stress will be equal to sigma is equal to sigma x plus sigma y by 2 plus minus root under sigma y minus sigma x by 2 whole square plus tau square xy. So this, in this equation there is a plus sign and minus sign, means when you will add it will give the major value, and when we will deduct it will give the less value. So we can write major or minor, means we can write major principal stress and minor principal stress. So major principal stress, so we have taken the plus sign, and for minus principal stress we have taken the minus sign. Point V gives the minor principal stress and point U gives the major, already I have mentioned. So all these results you just try to remember, and see in the previous lecture I have discussed some Mohr circle, but that was a simple form of Mohr circle, right? So in this relation what we got today, what we have derived today, so you will put the tau xy is equal to 0, you will get the same result whatever I have discussed in the previous lecture. So whenever you will put the tau xy is equal to 0, you will get the same result whatever you got in the previous lecture. So that thing is very important. Construction of Mohr circle is very important. So just focus. If you have any doubt, you try to contact me. Okay. So the importance of characteristic of Mohr circle is very important. So let's see one by one what are the important. So suppose this is one of the Mohr circle, and the Mohr circle that the principal major principal stress and minor principal stress is given sigma 1 and sigma 3, and this radius is given tau maximum is given, so that is given sigma 1 minus sigma 3 by 2. So this one of the Mohr circle is drawn in the figure. So point A, tau max will be equal to the radius of a circle. So maximum shear stress will be equal to radius of a circle, and that would be equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 3 by 2. So maximum shear stress we can calculate the angle. So for calculation sin theta will be equal to 1, because any sin 2 theta, maximum value of sin 2 theta will be 1, and sin 2 theta is equal to 1. So what is the 2 theta? So 2 theta will equal to pi by 2, means 90 degree, and we can calculate the theta, that will become as a 45 degree. So now we can say that at 45 at a angle of 45 degree shear stress will be maximum. Shear stress will be maximum. So point C on the Mohr circle represent the stresses sigma and tau on a plane makes an angle theta with the major principal plane, right? Resultant stress we can calculate, because both normal and shear stress are perpendicular to each other. So we can write resultant stress is equal to root under sigma square plus tau square, and we can calculate also the angle of obliquity. And this angle of obliquity we can calculate in this Mohr circle. So if we will draw a line OC, so whatever the angle of whatever the line makes an angle with the horizontal axis, that would be beta. That would be beta, and we call the angle of obliquity. That would be beta. So we can calculate tan inverse tau divided by sigma. The maximum angle of obliquity beta max is obtained when by drawing a tangent to the circle from the origin O. Obviously. So the maximum angle will come when a line will be tangent on the circle. So in this case, when it will be tangent, so it will be a perpendicular to a circle, to a radius, on the radius. So we can calculate also what is the beta max. And that is shown in the figure by a green line. So that is mentioned beta. So we can calculate sin inverse tau max divided by sigma, and that tau max we can write. We have mentioned in the previous lecture also, and here is I have mentioned in the like tau max is equal to sigma 1 minus sigma 3 by 2, and sigma we have sigma 1 plus sigma 3 by 2, right? So we can calculate, we can write this equation. Because one point D is the center, so center coordinate we have sigma 1 plus sigma 3 by 2. So don't be confused. You can try also, you will get this result. The shear stress on the tau wave on the plane of maximum obliquity is less than the tau max. Obviously, you can say in this figure also, like y coordinate at a point of maximum obliquity and at a maximum shear. So the tau wave, the shear stress will be less than the maximum shear stress. Shear stress for the maximum obliquity will be less than of this maximum shear stress. So that you can try by this in this figure also. Okay. So these are the objective question. So by completing the construction of Mohr circle, you can get this result also. And by construction of Mohr circle, you should have some idea what are the characteristics of Mohr circle. Means after completing or drawing this Mohr circle, what are the points we know? What are the points we can calculate very quickly? Shear stresses on the plane at a right angle to each other are numerically equal but are of opposite sign. Obviously. In this lecture, in the previous slide also we have seen, one was on the one plane, it was on that anti-clockwise, on the other plane it was a clockwise, and both planes were perpendicular to each other. Okay. So if we have taken the sign convention anti-clockwise positive, so the other one we can call as a negative. And one more thing I forgot to tell you. One more thing. In this when drawing the Mohr circle, we kept compressive stress as a positive. We keep as a compressive stress as a positive, or tensile stress we keep as a negative. But in the case of solid mechanics, when the all data we work, we are in the tensile form, so it's irrelevant to take the tensile stress in positive means it will be very easy to most of the data in the form of tensile stress, so it will be easy. But in the case of soil, most of the stresses will come as a compressive in nature. So in this for calculation for drawing a Mohr circle, just assume a compressive stress will take as a positive, and a negative means tensile stress will take as a negative. So this thing is important. I think I forgot to tell you. Okay. Mohr circle is symmetrically about sigma axis, so it is usual practice to draw only the top half of the circle for convenience. This is we can say in this figure, if you can understand by seeing this figure, then Mohr circle is similar about the sigma axis, right? So whatever the points or whatever the value of stress we are getting on this top half of this circle, so we will get the same on the bottom half of the circle, Mohr circle. So for convenient, when we'll in the coming lecture we will discuss about the shear strength, about the Coulomb theory and modified Coulomb theory, and this so many tests, triaxial test and Wenn shear test. So all the whenever the too many circle we have to draw, so we cannot draw a full circle. For convenience, we can draw the half portion, top half portion generally we draw. So, and that is because we will work on the top half only, So it's very convenient. So we can draw half of this circle. So let's discuss some numerical problem. Okay. So the first question we have, in the given figure shows an element with the stresses as indicated. Determine A, the magnitude of the measure. What are the given is it? Where is the figure? Okay, this is the figure. So in the figure, in the given figures, element with the stresses are indicated. So we have to calculate the magnitude of the major and minor principal stresses, right? B part, we have to calculate the stresses on a plane inclined at 25 degree to the horizontal, and the C part, we have to calculate maximum shear stress and the plane on the plane and the plane on the which it acts, right? So we'll calculate one by one. So just note on what are the data given and just see the figure once. So this thing we have to mention. I've calculated formula and the derivation for this kind of question where the vertical or horizontal plane is not a principal plane. Means there is a shear stress. So major stress is given, that is 100 kilonewton per meter square. Sigma x is given minus 40 kilometer per meter square. And tau xy is given 20 kilonewton per meter square. And theta is given. We have theta 25 degree. Right? So we can calculate all these, like we can solve by two methods. We can, by using formula we can calculate, and by drawing a Mohr circle also we can calculate. So let's first do the analysis. By analytical method we can calculate. So what are the formula? Just try to remember that formula for this normal stress, formula for the shear stress, formula for the angle of principal plane. Okay. So major principal stress, we have this formula sigma 1. So we have all these value. One thing you have to be remember, like see that major stress is compressive in nature, so that we will count as a positive. But the minor stress is in the form of tensile in nature, that is in tensile in nature. So we'll take as a negative. So this thing you have to be very careful about that, like because in this solving a question with using this formula, so you have to be very careful about the sign convention, right? Suppose you will not count as a negative or positive, so your question will be, your answer will be wrong, right? So here the major stress in the form of compressive in nature and minor stress in the form of tensile in nature, so we will take as a negative. Okay. Tau xy also you can see there is a like opposite sign, there is a one plane is a clockwise or anti-clockwise, so whenever we will talk about the anti-clockwise we take as a negative, right? So we can take as a tau xy minus 20. So calculate the major principal stress by putting all these values, we can get 102.80 kilonewton per meter square. And minor principal stress we get minus 42.80 kilonewton per meter square. Means that major principal stress in compressive in nature and minor principal stress in tensile in nature. Okay. So first part we have solved. So now let's go for the second part. So second part we have to calculate the stresses on the plane inclined at an angle 25 degree to the horizontal. So theta we have given, and we have this relation normal stress. So we have the sigma x, sigma y, and all sin theta वगैरह. So we can calculate normal stress by taking the sign convention. So now we got the 59.67 kilonewton per meter square, and we can calculate the shear stress also. That we got 66.48 kilonewton per meter square. Right. So B part also completed. Let's go for the C part. The maximum shear stress and the plane on which it acts. So maximum shear stress is equal to radius of a circle, radius of a Mohr circle. So we can calculate the radius of Mohr circle, and we have this formula. So we got 72 2.80 kN per meter square. I get to my point? Okay. So maximum shear stress will be equal to radius of a Mohr circle. So that we can get 72.80 kN per meter square. So we have this formula for shear stress, or is in the question asking about the maximum shear stress. So we have to calculate the angle also. At what angle that shear stress would be maximum, and that plane when the shear stress will be maximum. So what is the angle of that plane we inclined to the horizontal, right? So what we can do? So apply some mathematical rules, like take the differentiation from the both side by theta. So we'll get this and put this value is equal to 0. So that the theta value will give the maximum. Maximum shear stress, right? Let's go for the calculation. So now we got this tan 2 theta is equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 tau xy. See the angle for the maximum shear stress. So this formula tan 2 theta is equal to sigma x minus sigma y divided by 2 tau xy. That is not for this. This formula is not related to this question only. This is not for this question only. This is valid everywhere. This will be valid everywhere, right? Okay, so putting all this value, we have the sigma x, sigma y, tau xy. So we got 3.5. So we can calculate the theta, and that we get 37 degree with the horizontal. So now we can say on a plane that is inclined 37 degree with the horizontal, so on that plane shear stress will be maximum. So are you getting my point? Are you getting this question? No? A part we have calculated, that is only we have calculated the magnitude of major and minor principal stress. In the B part we have calculated the stresses on the like normal stress and shear stress on the plane, which was inclined 25 degree with the horizontal. In the third part we have calculated the maximum shear stress, and we have calculated also the angle of that plane from the horizontal, right? So this question you can solve by the drawing a Mohr circle also. So that part you can try by yourself. So just complete the construction of a Mohr circle. Just look at the 2 points, minor or major stresses, and find out that center of that circle, and just draw a perpendicular line from the Q and from the R, and it will be at equal to the SQ and RT, and that will equal to tau xy, right? So that thing you can try. Okay, so by completing the Mohr circle, you just take the 2 theta. So 2 theta will be 50 degree. So take the 2 theta 50 degree from the BT line, and it will cut the Mohr circle at a point C. Then point C will be given a stresses on that plane, right? So all these things you can calculate. Okay, thank you.